Apparently, the water in Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be absolutely beautiful, so realistic and incredible. And apparently, it's supposed to look something like this. This is sort of example footage of what I guess the waves, the rivers, the oceans, water, how everything is going to look like if it's a liquid in GTA 6, which we know that's actually going to be a fairly big part of the game. It was a big part of GTA 5 simply because they made the world an island, but Los Angeles typically isn't the most tropical destination. Yes, I know it has beaches and whatnot, but when you think of Florida, specifically Vice City, which we know is a parody of Miami, that's about as tropical as it gets, especially if you start to consider all the other surrounding places that could come alongside Rockstar's Vice City. Think of all those tropical islands. Water is obviously going to play a huge part. And we actually am getting this information from someone we covered just a couple of days ago. Their name is Elix Venturas from Rockstar Mag. Hopefully I'm pronouncing their name correctly. Again, we're going to be diving into a couple of things they ended up saying just a couple of days ago about how some of the water physics are going to work in Grand Theft Auto 6. So this is what they said. Thread what we know at Rockstar Mag about the next version of the Rockstar Advanced Game Engine, known as Rage 9. It was designed for the development of GTA 6. Going on to say the term ahead of its time is realistic. Thanks to the colossal revenues that GTA Online has brought to Take-Two Interactive since 2013, the parent company of Rockstar Games have decided to invest in a new technology and integrate it into GTA 6. So they recruited engineers with deep knowledge of programming, real-time physics simulation, understanding of memory layout, and subjects like linear algebra, trigonometry, matrix, and mathematics. And the objective was to bring together around 20 engineers in Rockstar San Diego studio called Rage Technology Group, so that they can create a new physics system for water in GTA 6. Going on to say this, current video games use a mesh system wireframe to represent water. This gives the impression of a rippling liquid, and this system has the advantage of being energy efficient in terms of performance. And I'll actually show you guys some footage right now of what GTA 5 looks like in full wireframe, and you can see that we're standing on the pier, and you can see that that's the way the water ends up looking, which is fine, but it prevents it from being like full on realistic. So with the new version of Rage 9, it's going to be a system that will allow us to have physically simulated water in real time. Now, this has existed for years in movies and in 3D applications, but it's never been considered real time. And remember the video I showed you guys earlier, NVIDIA has already tried this experiment with WaveWorks 1.0 and 2.0, but the realism to performance ratio has never been exploitable. And again, this is a representation of 3D rendering engine, which will allow Rockstar to make water look like this in an ultra graphics mode. And he brings up a good point saying that we can speculate that the aquatic environment is going to occupy not only an important place in the GTA 6 universe, but also a lot of it. And maybe there's going to be new novelties and technologies that accompany this new water. Like, for example, surfing could be an example. This is something that's never seen before in the Grand Theft Auto series. In fact, I don't even know how many of you guys remember this, but way back in the PlayStation 2 day, Rockstar actually had a game called Surfing H3O. So they've even experimented with specific water-based games. And we know from Grand Theft Auto Online with the Smuggler's Run update that Rockstar has no problem at all basically turning their old games into something we utilize in current projects and in current games. Now, since we're on the subject of the world and the environment, this same user also pointed out that GTA 6 is going to be the first title to obtain a physically simulated light. And in order to accomplish this, Rockstar is going to need to utilize PBR, which is physics-based rendering, which is a set of technologies giving materials physical, optical properties, reflection, roughness, etc., making them feel realistic and lifelike. And these technologies have been available since the Rage 8 engine, which was released with Red Dead Redemption 2 back in 2018, and that is based on PBR rendering. And again, this allows textures to have a realistic rendering versus the light, and therefore a better immersive experience at night and during the day. And I wish I could actually show you some footage from the GTA 6 leaks, because there's actually a good example of this. There's actually a video where Lucia comes out of a nightclub and finds herself outside, and you can see a more darker, realistic nighttime atmosphere. So if you have access to the leaks, I would definitely recommend checking that out for yourself, because you will start to notice some of these differences. And this is what PBR rendering allows. It allows a simulation of real night with all the effects encompassed by the technologies, such as the reflection of light, roughness, reflections, all that sort of good stuff. And don't get me wrong, this was a big deal in Red Dead Redemption 2 when we had Rage 8, but Red Dead Redemption 2 takes place in 1899 and 1907. When it's nighttime, it's pretty dark. Miami is a bustling city, and if this is going to be taking place in present day, like we know it is, it's obviously going to have a lot going on during the evening time. And therefore, Rockstar is going to have a need in order to make the city feel as realistic as possible at night too. Now, with all this discussion, there was a lot of people asking, is it really possible to have such realistic water in a console game? And is water important to a Grand Theft Auto game? To answer the first question, yes. Having realistic water rendering like this in an open world game is certainly possible, especially if you have a game engine that gives you the right tools and you have the people that are capable of making it happen. And it also takes the right company in order to do that, especially because it's going to have a massive budget. Now, we know Rockstar is going to make a ton of money with Grand Theft Auto 6, but you obviously have to have a huge pipeline of money in order to make something like that happen. And Rockstar has been generating so much money since 2013, obviously with the release of GTA 5 and the continued success of Grand Theft Auto Online. So yes, something like this is possible, and Rockstar being able to do it, honestly, makes the most sense. So honestly, I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Is something like this a big deal for you? Those little details like how the moonlight might look or how the water crashes on the rocks on the beach. Is that a big deal, or is it something you really don't care about? For Grand Theft Auto, you care about the story and you care about being able to immerse yourself in the world with the characters, not necessarily the water or things like the environment or the atmosphere. But definitely let me know what you guys think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there, or of course you can reach out to me on my Facebook page, where as always you can send photos, messages, videos, and a whole lot more. If you guys did go to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.